arguments today over whether the justice will be overturning the 1973 Roe v. Wade decision that legalized abortion. Mississippi Solicitor General Scott Stewart says it's time to take action to prevent the murder of babies.
Roe versus Wade and Planned Parenthood versus Casey haunt our country. They have no basis in the Constitution. They have no home in our history or traditions. They've damaged the democratic process. They've poisoned the law. They've choked off compromise.
A decision by the Supreme Court is expected late next June. Also at townhall.com, Justice Department will defend the government's authority to require vaccinations for federal contractors.
A federal judge this week blocked the Biden administration from enforcing a regulation that new government contracts must require that contractors' employees get vaccinated. In response, the White House said the Justice Department will vigorously defend the mandate in court. The administration has been dealt a string of legal setbacks over its COVID-19 policies, including the temporary blocking of a workplace vaccine mandate for private businesses. Greg Clugston, the White House.
Michigan teenager Ethan Crumbley charged with murder and terrorism today. That for shooting that killed 4 fellow students and injured 7 others yesterday. Police say 4 people are dead, including a police officer and the shooter, after officers responded to a domestic disturbance near Atlanta. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Hey, there's something you forgot to do. It sure is hot. Are you sweating like a dog? Wait, what? Dogs don't sweat. Oh no, you forgot to get your window tinted. Whether it's the kitchen window that sits in the sun for the hottest part of the day, or you just got new wheels, call Sharp Window Tinting in Burleson. 817-615-9379, or look them up on the web, sharpwindowtint.com.
At Romika Designs, we're more than just a laser engraving and specialty design company. Much more. I'm Ron Phillips, co-owner of Romika Designs, and if you can dream it, we can probably make it. We can custom laser cut and engrave on nearly all material. Great for one-of-a-kind gifts, home decor, business and specialty items, or personalized and logo designs created just for you or your company. Allow us to become your go-to gift and specialty project partner. Romika Designs can help make your ideas a reality. We're ready to help you design and create that special gift for any occasion or engrave your personal or business logo on just about any product. View our designs at romikadesigns.com or simply email us with your ideas. We specialize in custom design and would be honored to have the opportunity to discuss it with you. Call us at 817-400-4040, email info@romikadesigns.com, or visit us on the web at romikadesigns.com.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395, 800-709-4395, 800-709-4395, 800-709-4395.
You're listening to Joco Community Radio.
Good evening and welcome to the Reach Across Johnson County segment on Joco Community Radio. You can join us live here on Facebook or download the TuneIn Radio app. It's free. We are here live 365 on Joco Community Radio, the voice of Johnson County. And I've got, my name is Shari Phillips. I'm one of the hosts, and my co-host here with me is
Nikki Bowman. Hi, guys.
Hey. So good to see you this evening. And we have a very special guest that's here with us. I'm having a little tongue-tied problem tonight for some reason. Anyhow, we have a special guest. Daniel Shafer is here in studio with us. Welcome, Daniel. How are you?
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
Daniel is with the city of Burleson, and he is the your supervisor. I know I've got my notes here. I've got to go back and find my little notes where you are a director or something that.
So I'm a recreation supervisor. I'm also interning as a athletic maintenance superintendent over the Chisenhall softball fields in Bailey Lake currently. So
Awesome.
that happened about a month ago.
Well,
So,
congratulations on that.
How fun
Yeah.
is that when they add job responsibility?
I
yeah,
know.
so I'm basically doing 2 jobs right now. So it's been fun.
Same.
Yeah.
Really.
It's hard to find work. Not work right now. It's hard to find employees right now.
Yeah. Or people willing to work. So,
So Daniel's worked at the Park and Recreation Department for the city of Burleson for 4 years.
mhm.
He oversees adult sports, youth sports clinics, special events, fitness related programs, and he also said he now is the maintenance supervisor at the Chisholm Trail Field. Is that what you said?
Chisenhall
Chisholm
Sports
Hall.
Complex.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And his passion for parks and recreation goes back to when he was in college at Tarleton State. He also enjoys spending time with his wife and 6-month-old daughter. What's her
Aw.
name?
Ellie.
Ellie.
Aw.
Being outdoors, hunting, and fishing. So I bet you're busy right now with the hunting, right?
Yeah, as much as I can be. So,
Mhm.
with the 6-month-old, it's a little bit
Mhm.
hard.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah. My husband used to want to go hunting when we had little kids at home, and it's hard when you're used to having, some help around and everything. But I understand deer season and all that good stuff. So
it hasn't been cold enough yet for deer season. It's
yeah,
December and 75 degrees outside. So
I know it's kind of unusual, and so unless you go off someplace where the weather cooperates and things like that, do you dove hunt and all too?
oh
or
yeah, I do a little bit of
a
everything.
little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's good. Are you big into fishing?
Not as much.
Okay.
I grew up in Colorado and I did a lot of fly fishing and stuff
okay.
there, but not as much down here.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
We had discussed wanting to do a fundraiser event for fishing at Burleson has it's not a lake.
yeah, so at Bailey Lake,
It is a lake.
It's called Bailey Lake. It's more of a large size pond. We stock it about once a year. Texas Park and Wildlife, they stock it with rainbow trout in December and in January.
Oh, that's neat.
So there's always a ton of people that go and catch those rainbow
Yeah.
trout during that time.
Well, Shari had mentioned doing like fishing classes for the youth.
Yeah, I think
And
there's a lot of kids that don't. I mean, I grew up with family members that love to fish, so I grew up fishing. But there's a lot of kids that they don't have the opportunity to go and fish and things like that. And I think it would be really cool. But yeah, we in our school, of course, after I graduate, they offer classes now for fishing and the skeet shooting and all that kind of
Really?
stuff. I thought, man, I wished I
You
had
would have
that.
been in all
I
of
would have
the-
been in all of those.
Yeah, Texas Park and Wildlife, they have good resources to have different classes and stuff like that. Different
Oh.
kits and stuff that you can borrow from them. There's classes to learn how to teach kids.
Really?
And then the school district actually has a bass club that the kids they come to some of our events to help kids fish and do all those kind of things. So
Oh, no, that's awesome. That's really awesome.
So y'all have what, like camps or anything? What do y'all do to help the kids learn to fish or
So
fish?
we do twice a year. We do a family camp out at one's at Bailey Lake, one's at Russell Farms. It's an overnight camp that kids just get to hang out with their family, set up tents, and then we do a fishing tournament. The Bass Club, they'll help measure fish because we do a contest of biggest fish and all of that. They'll help them line and tie the knots for the hooks and all of that.
cool.
And so, and then we do a Father's Day fishing event as well. And so they come and help do the contest there too. So
That is
Awesome.
cool. That sounds like a lot of fun. Well, our topic this evening is parks and recreation and health and fitness and things like that. And so we wanted to talk to you about the brick and to see if you could give us a little history of how it came to be and things like that.
So I don't know the full details of how it started, the idea of it and all of that. I know it was built in 2010. So it's been here for now 11 years, going on 12 years in June of this next year. And we have 2 basketball courts, a large fitness area upstairs, multi-purpose rooms that we do kids programs. We have a large summer camp program. But that's just at the brick. We have several parks throughout the whole community with playgrounds, pavilions to rent for birthday parties, all
Yes.
kinds of stuff. So we have a lot of green space, and it keeps growing. We keep getting more and more. And the brick is always awesome. We have a lot of fun over there.
Well, that's good. It does seem like because I live in Ellis County and we parks seem to be a really important part of our communities, and we're getting a lot more, and the city is investing in our parks and things like that. And I like having the green space to be able to go to and take the kids to.
Burleson is very blessed when it comes to how many parks we have here.
That is
It's
awesome.
amazing. Pretty much like every kind of area of the city has a different park.
That's pretty cool. Well, you want to tell us, maybe about some of the services that y'all offer?
Yeah, so I touched a little bit about it. We have a lot of kids programs, from summer camps to school break camps, gymnastics, tumbling, dance, homeschool PE. We actually have a program for homeschool, Tuesdays and Thursdays that we offer. That's something a little bit different.
Now, are these, what do you call it? Fees for service, or is that what it is?
Mhm.
Fees for
Yeah,
service?
so
or something like
most of our programs have a fee associated with that. If you're a member of the Brick, it's a little bit a cheaper rate than it is if you're a non-member.
Okay.
But they're all very cost efficient, effective. And then we also do have scholarship programs as well that a lot of people probably don't realize that we do.
Okay.
There's an application on our website, burlesonrec.com. You can actually go
Yeah,
and
that's good to know.
search the scholarship opportunities. We have an allotted amount every year to do that for donations and stuff for those families that possibly need that
Okay.
service and just can't afford it.
Okay, that's good. So there's an application process.
And-
process. to
And
that.
anyone, I think, in Johnson County or outside of Johnson County can be a member of the Brick. There's just a cheaper rate if you're a Burleson
A
citizen.
Yep.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Okay. Are y'all full, or y'all are always trying to grow new members, or?
Yeah, so we're always looking to grow. The city's growing. We're going to grow with
Yeah.
that. So we're not nearly at full capacity. We just got a lot of new fitness equipment. We're trying to do some new things. We have some new direction from directors to try to expand some of our offerings out into the actual park system, do some more things instead of a lot of the stuff people know that we do at the Brick, but we want to try to expand to different parts of the city because not everybody has the capability to go to the Brick. So we want to try to
Right.
bring those services to different neighborhoods and stuff that's around the
That's
city.
cool.
They also have an indoor pool with a slide,
Oh.
and there's swimming classes, I think.
Yeah, Sigma Swim,
Mhm.
they do all of the swimming lessons for us. We just have the host site for the swimming pool. We also have an outdoor swimming pool as well that's open seasonally.
Right.
Um,
Now the other
so-
one's open year round, though.
Yeah, the other
Oh,
one's
that's really
open
cool.
year round.
What are the hours for the Brick?
So
For y'all?
Monday through Thursday, we're open 4:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. Friday is 4:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Saturday is 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. and then 12 to 6 on Sunday.
So 7 days a week.
So that's good to know.
Mhm.
All right, good deal.
Oh. So I know we had talked about this, but what did y'all notice with the numbers whenever it came to COVID? And did y'all ever close down completely?
We closed down for about a month fully. We were fortunate enough that we had some projects that some of the employees were still able to get some hours and stuff from painting to deep cleaning and all of that we were able to do. We were just not open to the public. COVID did hit us pretty hard, probably just like
Yes,
any other
super.
business, as far as our memberships dropped pretty significantly.
So was it closed to the public during the whole time that they were asking us to?
For that month, it was closed for that
It's
whole
sort of just
time,
that month,
and then
okay.
we had to slowly kind of increase what we were able to do. We started out by having time slots that people would have to sign up to come work out, just to kind of create the
Do space.
spacing,
distancing.
and then just not having as many people in close contact with each other.
Right.
And we slowly, gradually got to, where we're at now, where it's almost basically back to normal.
That's
If you
good.
think so.
I swear it's never going to go away. I saw today. What is the new variant?
Is it like,
Omicron or something
yeah,
like
it's
that.
So-
Omni or
Now
so-
it's, they
something
found
like that.
the first case tested positive in California, so it's in the.
Oh, it's
and
in
I'm
the
just
US
like,
now. Oh,
I
that's
don't
not
know if
good.
they try to make us be afraid.
Yeah.
I know. I don't want to go back to like it was. I mean, I will say the whole COVID deal has made me a lot more conscious of a lot of things. I mean, I've always been one that washed my hands, but I didn't never realize how much I actually touched my face until they said don't touch your face, type stuff. And it's like so it made me more aware. And
Did y'all make people wear masks while they were working
Yeah.
out?
So when we first opened back up, it was mandatory to wear a mask, and that was some of the pushback because when you're working out, it's kind of hard to breathe
Yes,
in
it
that.
is.
So we did lose some members to other gyms that weren't as strict as we were, and then that eventually kind of just faded away. That it was when you walked into the building, you had to have a mask, but then while you were working out, you didn't have to. So we
Do y'all have the deal where people can, check their temperature and stuff like that when they go in still now? Because I know the one that I go to, you still have to do that.
No, we don't do that now. We did that
Okay.
when we first opened back up. That everybody that came and checked in, we had to do the
Do all the-
temperature reading of their forehead, and I don't really know how accurate those things are.
I know.
but
It's
you
it's
never
kind
know.
of crazy. Well, I'm glad that it's getting back to normal. And I know we wanted to talk also. Why is recreation so good for the community? Do you think?
Well, I think especially with COVID, there's a lot of the time that we got to socialize and all of that. We didn't get that when we were shut down and closed. Recreation is supposed to be fun. We're supposed to be together. It's supposed to bring diversity, inclusion, and it's just to bring the community together. And no matter what we do, whether it's special events, whether it's kids programs, whether it's fitness classes, and we have several group fitness classes that we have several people come, and they do it to socialize for a lot of it. It's more fun to do that with friends and stuff than just working out by yourself. So
My mom was in one of those classes in the morning. It was like yoga and different things, and they all became friends in there. And
That's really good.
so yeah, you have to think about what happened to them when it all kind of went away. Because I don't know, y'all probably didn't have classes for a while.
we didn't have classes for a while. We actually moved them into the gymnasium to where we were able to spread it out more than our group fitness room. It's a little bit smaller space, so we were able to do that. When we were shut down, we tried to do some online videos from our instructors, and it just wasn't quite the same.
And I think about the elderly, like my mom, who were going every day to the Brick. If she lives in Alvarado. And then 2020 hit, and she's not, and she's just lost 2 years of not. It's nearly 2 years, right? Yeah. Of not going back, and I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to get her to.
It's hard to get back into the routine and stuff like that again, because I've kind of fallen off of mine a little bit too. But I keep telling myself, okay, I am going to do this, and I'll this time of year I kind of like when the temperatures are a little bit more
Lower.
neutral or lower temperatures. I love the 70s because I like to get out and work in the yard, but that's when I want to get out and actually do something, walking and things like that. So parks are a good area to go and do things like that.
So what has the Brick done to try to get that going again, with especially like you're saying that with COVID there was a lot of social isolation?
As far as we've tried new events. We do membership discounts. January's coming up. Everybody knows New Year's
So are y'all doing
resolutions.
it? Are y'all doing a discount for January?
We're doing 10% off on for January for discounts.
So
for
the
that.
Brick has 10% off everyone with your new resolutions.
and for our members, we're doing free giveaways and stuff too, just to kind of give a little appreciation of, hey, thanks for being a member. We appreciate you guys. So
That's
we're going to
really
be
nice.
doing daily giveaways and prizes and stuff for our members too. So
Tell me about all the different classes. Do you know some of that way we can maybe let
as
people
far as fitness classes or
fitness?
So we have Zumba, we have yoga, we have boot camp classes. We actually are just bringing on an instructor for pound classes. If you haven't seen that, it's basically like you have drumsticks and
y'all have done that before. My mom used to do that.
Yes,
It's
Joanna,
pretty loud.
one of our,
that was her
she
trainer.
used to do that in some of her classes.
Uh-huh.
But this one is going to be strictly, that's the class.
I'm gonna have to tell my mom.
Tell me a little bit more. You have drumsticks and do what now?
You're hitting them to the
you
music.
hit them to the music together on the floor.
It's a hard workout, actually.
Yeah,
I've done it once.
The coordination part, we got to do a demonstration with the instructor, and I probably look like a fool.
The women love it. Like my mom was like, "You've got to come do this class," and it was intense.
That sounds like that. It's called
Pound.
Yeah.
You can YouTube it and find it.
And
and
I know
it's
some
great.
of the the diehard. What do you call it? Gym head. What do you say when you're working out all the time and they do not like pound? They go in there and they shut those doors.
Yeah.
Can you imagine you're trying to lift weights and you hear these ladies like
Yeah. It's a pretty fun class for sure.
Oh, that's cool.
So
Let's check
yeah,
that
we
out.
have a large variety of classes from senior classes all the way to younger adults. So
And I think y'all do like what is it called whenever you're over 65? The state gives you
yeah, so some people's insurances we have silver sneakers.
yes. So not all
Yeah.
the gyms in Burleson I know do silver sneakers. So my mom was excited that the Brick did that.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
so we have that, and so basically we are able to look online based on your information and see if you're eligible, or sometimes you can just call your insurance and they'll give you the number, and then we just plug it into our system, and it's a free membership.
Yep.
And how we benefit from that is that we build the insurance for each swipe that person comes in.
Oh, so they have to come in.
So if they don't come in, then I mean there's no revenue there, but if they come in, then there's potential revenue for that.
Oh,
So,
that's good.
um,
Well, I know that, I mean, there's a lot of places that offer incentives, or incentives like that to get people up and in motion and all. So I know my sister, she works at a hospital, and they, try to encourage their staff to get out and do things like that. So that's interesting.
Time. What are some visions that the Parks and Recreation has for like upcoming years? Do you know of anything coming up?
we have several park projects. We have a dog park we just
I
did
heard about
a groundbreaking for, and we're updating.
Was
Where's
it the first for Burleson?
Yeah, we don't have another dog park. Where's
Yes.
this going to be? Do you
It's
know?
going to be over by the cemetery.
cemetery?
It is going towards Centennial. I can't remember the name of the street, but it's going off
Okay.
towards Centennial. It's going to be back in that area.
Okay.
So we're pretty excited for
That is
that. That's
exciting.
been in discussion, I think, for several years, and just finally got approved. So we did the groundbreaking for that. We also got a splash pad that's going to be coming in right behind the Brick by the outdoor pool. So that's going to be a lot of fun and different.
My
that we don't
granddaughters
have.
love the splash pads. Are
Yeah.
y'all going to do anything like it? We went to one not too long ago that it lights up at night, so it stays on in the evenings, and the light and the water, it changes colors. It's really kind of cool. But any kind of splash pad,
Yeah, I don't know if there's any plans for that or not. I'm not sure.
Where's that
as
going to
far-
be as far as like soccer fields?
So the outdoor pool, there's that big green space
Uh-huh.
that's right next to it.
That's where it's gonna-
it's gonna be right there.
Okay.
So it doesn't affect any of the soccer fields or anything like that.
Have y'all done
Awesome.
splash pads before?
There's one in Cedar Hill, right at the shopping center.
Yes.
Okay, that's the only one I've ever seen. Mhm.
Okay.
And then we're renovating several of our parks with new playgrounds and stuff like that. So we got a lot of stuff going on in our department as far as parks and stuff like that.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's very
I
exciting.
love how Burleson kind of does embrace the future, and they look at a vision and they, keep trying to go with the growth in the community.
Oh, that's
and
really good.
Yeah, it's good that we're not always just kind of stuck. There's always new things. The city tries to hold a lot of stuff out for the, I think the community, and y'all work really close, I guess, because Brick is owned by the city, right?
Yeah. So we're all within the city. There's, like you mentioned, we're always trying to keep with the times with how the city is growing. There's so many businesses coming into town. There's so many people moving in. We're just trying to keep up with that and the demand of the people in Burleson. So
Yeah, that's good. That's really good.
What I was gonna, gosh, there was something else on my mind and I forgot.
Well, we want to make sure to get websites and numbers to that because we want to mention those several times. And I know you said earlier it's burlesonrec.com
Mhm.
is the website. What is a telephone number?
for our front desk, it's 817-426-9104.
04. Okay. And we'll make sure to get that added on there too.
Oh, I know what I was gonna say.
Mhm.
Reach met with the ASD Center a week ago, and they're having an event at the Brick, like in the spring, where y'all are letting them come out on the space, and they're gonna do a glow run. Have you heard about that?
I haven't heard about that.
Yes. So it's gonna be in the spring, and it's gonna be at the Brick. I guess they're gonna actually run do you know how much the track is out there? Because we were gonna walk
The outside track,
Uh-huh.
it's 0.96 of a mile. I don't know why we couldn't get it to an exact mile, but it's not quite a mile long.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. I'll let her
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Yeah. So they're gonna have like Breach is actually helping, but they're gonna have different bubbles and paint and a petting zoo and a
fun.
magician, all kinds of stuff. And
Oh,
it's going to be
wow.
for the whole city.
Oh, wow. That is
So
when is
I
that
need,
gonna-
let me try to
do you know
text
when
her
it-
while we're on here and I can get that date.
Yeah,
And
I
it's a
know we
glow
do.
run.
We do stuff with Center of ASD. They come on Wednesday nights and use our space to do some different programming and utilize our indoor track for some exercise. And then our homeschool PE instructors go there, I believe, every other Friday to do some programming over at their facility as well.
Oh, okay. How long is your track, your indoor track? Do you know what it is?
It's 13 laps for a mile.
13 laps is a mile. Okay. That's always good to know.
All these numbers to
Odd
remember.
numbers. Well,
How do you
it's
remember those?
It's 13 if you're on the inside, 12 if you're on the outside.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's striped.
Yeah. We have a sign that right when you're walking in to do that. And working the front desk, we get those questions asked all the time. So
Oh, I
it just kind
bet.
of gets stuck in your head.
Yeah, I know. I used to go walk at our hospital, because I don't do well in the heat, and so I'd go I'd go to the hospital, and it was like 12 laps, in their little big circle deal, made a mile, and so I'd got to where I could go on my lunch break, 20 minutes. I could go and get my mile in, for the day and stuff. So I know that's important for a lot of people because.
I know. I bet
know.
some people just come in to walk.
Oh yeah, we have several people that just come in to walk. It seems to when it gets colder outside, and we get a few more members that come to utilize the tracks because they can't use the trail systems and stuff because it's too cold to run outside.
Yeah.
So honestly, tell me in like January 1st to like March, what's the rate change in members, like visually?
All the New Year's resolutions.
there is a little bit of a drop off for sure. The one thing I will say about the brick is we have a lot of members that are just super consistent. You see them almost every single day.
That's amazing.
And it's awesome.
I really feel
But-
like fitness has gotten better mentality wise in the past
Mhm.
few years, especially with COVID
Oh,
too.
yeah.
So I mean, it has helped some people see that that's what they need to do to try to get through all this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you definitely see a lot more people in January, especially when we run our discounts because we
discounts.
usually do this every year is at least a 10%
Mhm.
for January. You see a lot of people, and then it drops off a little bit. You're like, I haven't
know,
seen you in a long time.
We've been naughty through the holidays, eating things we
Yep.
probably we indulge. I guess is the best way to say it. Get those little extra pounds in there. So
It's
yeah,
tough.
it is
It really is a routine. You have to just keep sticking with it.
Yeah, it does make it tough. Do you have like prices and stuff like that for your deals that you might be able to share with us here in a
Off the
bit?
top of my head, I can't.
I know we
think
kind of
of
put you on the spot because I don't think
the-
we listed that as
the-
I know it's less than 30 a month for a family, I believe.
So it really depends. We have several different options. We have an annual option where you pay up front, and it's for 12 months. We have an auto draft option, which is just continuously drafts.
Is there a discount if they do the
Mhm.
auto draft?
And that's what I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe it's cheaper if you do the math, breaking down if you pay for the 12 months compared to the auto draft.
Okay.
And then we have a month to month option to where there's not a contract; you can just pay a month at a time
Okay.
and do all of that. I haven't worked the front desk and stuff for a little while, so I can't think of those numbers
Those
off the
numbers.
top
I
of
can't
my head, but-
imagine how many people just called and got to cancel their memberships during COVID. That had to be hard.
So we
Revenue-wise.
we put a lot of them on freeze to where
Yes.
we weren't doing drafts and anything like that. And yeah, there were several that it was financially weren't able to afford it and stuff anymore.
Oh goodness, yeah. That can be tough because there's a lot of people that lost jobs. My husband was one that was affected, by the COVID after a certain period of time, and we were blessed. We're with Reach
With
to be able
Reach,
to.
be able to still work and be in the schools and that kind of stuff, even virtually. I mean,
Yeah.
it was different. Just like you
We
said,
have-
working
It is-
out
it is very,
virtually
very
is.
different.
Very
Very
there's
different.
certain aspects that I like because I've been able to attend a lot more meetings than I ever had because when we had to drive to them and everything, it took a lot longer. So I've been able to participate more, but you do miss out on that in-person deal. And we're really thankful that you came, in studio with us. We love it when we have.
Do you live
somebody
in
person.
Burleson?
I live in Crowley.
Okay.
but it's a 3-mile commute to the brick, so I
Okay.
can't complain. My
That's
wife
good.
doesn't like that because she has to drive to North Fort Worth for work, so she kind of
Oh, and North
gives me-
Fort Work is hard.
Yeah. she gives me a talking every once in a while about that. So
that it's a blessing to be
Yeah.
able to work Yeah,
sure.
so close to home
Yeah.
and not have that big commute. All right, good deal. I heard a blip. What was that?
Is it the radio? The commercials?
I've never heard that before.
I haven't either.
I know
I don't know what
So we're going to be going into our commercial break here in just a moment. So everybody, please come back and join us as we are going to talk to Daniel a little bit more about the brick and some of the various things that are going to be coming up, and how to join and move
the
forward.
events in 2022, and what else are we? I guess we'll just think
We'll
of everything. when we
Yeah,
come back.
we'll have more to share with you when we come back.
Hey, travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1820. 855-325-1820. That's 855-325-1820.
Out of deck carpet giving you the blues? Tired of your old dingy and broken tile? Let my friends at the Floor Store in Cleveland, Texas give your home the makeover it deserves. This is Old Taco Joe coming to you for the Floor Store. Whether it's carpet, tile, wood flooring, or real wood laminate, the Floor Store can cover all of your flooring needs. Located at 405 West Henderson Street in Cleveland, Texas, owner Brent Harris can help. Shower tile, tub surrounds, even backsplashes. Give them a call today at 817-641-9444. The Floor Store, they got you covered. When you're hungry for tender brisket or some delicious homemade cobbler, then look no further than Leech Brothers Barbecue, located at 1106 East Henderson in Cleveland, Texas. Leech Brothers has been family-owned and operated since 1950. Take it from me, Taco Joe Orwinski. Todd and his family have been filling my belly breakfast, lunch, and dinner for a long time. Heck, I even have my own booth, open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Come see them for dine-in, carry-out, and all your catering needs.
You're listening to Joco Community Radio.
Welcome back to the second half of the Reach Across Johnson County show. And I'll go ahead and read this little deal. It says, Joco Community Radio is proud to be the voice of Johnson County, Texas, and is live 365 on the TuneIn Radio Network. To listen, go to tuneinjoco.com and download the free app. All of our shows can be found on any one of your favorite podcast platforms, such as Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, and Spreaker. Check out our lineup and more on the jococommunityradio.com. Thanks for tuning in. This episode and more are brought to you by Next Level Claims, making your insurance work for you. Reach out to your Texas sales rep, Nona Reed, at 844-TX.HAIL, which is 844-839-4245. And to give you just a little background on our Reach Across Johnson County, Reach's mission is to support safe and healthy communities vital to the well-being of our youth, families, and community. This show will guide you, educate you, and inspire you to be a part of the solution and to reach out and to help make a difference in our communities. What began as a local movement in the city of Midlothian grew to include programs throughout Ellis County with only a few short years and eventually expanded to neighboring Johnson County, Texas. And here we are today. And again, I am Shari Phillips. I'm one of the hosts, and I am joined by
Nikki Bowman.
And our special guest this evening is Daniel Shafer with the City of Burleson and the Parks and Recreation area, and we appreciate you coming in. Like I said, we love having people come in studio. It makes it a lot more fun than us trying to watch through a video screen and do radio. But
sometimes they go really well, and sometimes it's super awkward whenever they're on screen.
Technical difficulty sometimes happens, and
yes. So Daniel was saying right before the break that in January the Brick is going to be offering 10% off, and the Brick is, I guess, Burleson's recreation center, fitness gym, that kind of thing. If anybody's just now getting on,
Yeah, if they're just tuning in and everything. So yeah, we encourage you. Health and wellness and fitness all tie in, and with stress and things like that, some of the best things to do is to get out and move, clear your head and everything. So there's lots of different things that you're able to do at the Brick.
Definitely.
I really feel like 2020, everyone just, even whenever the things started kind of relaxing, we were all still in just this pity party.
Yes.
And I mean, I was doing like a health program, but not everybody was trying to like do something like that. So it was tough. And I noticed a lot of people around me just like stopping everything. And then I feel like 2021 has went by like that.
It has gone by
It
fast.
has gone by really
It
fast.
is wild. And I think all the plans that a lot of us had for ourselves in 2021, it was almost like we were trying to get back to family and get back to socialization, get back to vacations, get back to living. And with that, we weren't really getting to do, like, I think, the daily steps that we were wanting to do, those plans. So I bet that the numbers in all the gyms across the area are going to increase because people are going to really want to make that a priority again.
Absolutely. I can imagine that as well. I know that it's on my agenda to get back after the first of the year.
Sherry's been saying it for a few months.
I have. And I did really good when I first joined and everything. It's just down the street from my house, and I was always passing by, and the director said, "You ought to just come in and utilize our services." And I thought, this is the perfect opportunity. I'll just do it. And I did really good at the very beginning. I'd go in, and the time that I go, there's hardly anybody there at all.
What time do you go?
So after 5, so I've got 5 to 6, and the room is pretty well empty. I mean,
Really?
sometimes I go in and
That's
there's
our
only one
busiest time at the Brick.
That's what I was going to say.
Well, this is at a senior center, and so what's funny is,
so they're
as I
going in the
became,
morning.
so they're really busy earlier and then early afternoon. But he says by evening, he said it really thins out. And I did go for my orientation in the morning, and it was packed. But once I turned 55, I became eligible to go in and actually utilize it. I thought this is a perfect opportunity to do that. And my biggest deal is, walking helps me, because when we sit for very long, walking is so helpful. And in fact, when I had gone to my chiropractor, that's what he told me he wanted me to do. He says, try to do a mile a day, or do some sort of activity that keeps you in motion.
Maybe we can get you in a pound. Was it pound class?
A pound class. I know, that sounds really fun. I did do Zumba with my daughters at one point.
Zumba's hard too.
Well, now there's different ones. It was funny because I went to one that I don't know if they were, I don't know, what do you call, it was the certain kind of music, and I didn't understand half the words that were being said.
Was it a rap one?
No, it wasn't rap. It was Latin. It was Latin something, I think, or Jamaican, or I don't know for sure what it was, but it was fun. But man, she could really,
move.
I would sit down there in half the class because I was so out of
breath.
Were
you really?
Yeah.
It was probably a Zumba class, and our Zumba instructor, she does.
Is it Joanna that does that one too, or is it different?
Her name is Claudia. She started about 2 months ago, and it's a very popular class.
Okay.
She does hip hop.
Now, see, I did go to another one where the girl did. She did more like pop music type stuff, and it was a little bit more. Not to say that we weren't moving, because we were definitely moving, but it was more to a pace that I could kind of keep up with and not have to sit down during part of it and just try to catch my breath. But that was fun. But I do like the idea of the pound. That sounds like fun.
I think it's just fun because it's different, but it is a workout.
We start next week. Come show up.
Okay.
You should try. I'll get the time. I'll go look at the time for you. Maybe you can do a drop-in rate or something.
Okay,
or do y'all let a first time?
Yeah. So if you've never been to the Brick before and you want to try out the facility for the first time, you can just stop at the admin desk, say, hey, it's my first time. I would like to try the facility. We just ask for you to sign a liability form, and you get to go try the facility out.
Well,
maybe we should do that and do like a live story for
the show, really.
to show the town about Pound.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to have a drive of some sort to get more community members.
There's also private trainers that you can get to.
So we do have personal trainers. That's an extra fee. Our group fitness classes are included in our membership, but personal training is an extra fee.
Are the boot camps included, or is that separate?
Boot camp and all of our group fitness is included.
So when you mention the boot camps, what all does the boot camps do?
It's just a full body workout.
Okay.
A lot of it is just body weight exercises. Some of it includes kettlebells, dumbbells. It just really depends. The classes, they kind of vary. For example, we have it on Monday and Wednesday nights. Monday's usually kind of an upper body. Wednesday's kind of a lower body. So it kind of,
those boot camps are hard too.
Yeah, they are. So it's kind of a Camp Gladiator style. If that helps
My
paint a
daughter-in-law
picture.
does that. She's, she's very involved in that. So.
And
every time I hear the Camp Gladiator, I think of the story from that lady that got
that was killed in Midlothian. Yeah, that's tough.
I don't know why that's what I associate with Camp Gladiator.
And we just put a lot of new equipment in one of our rooms that are CrossFit style pieces of equipment. So we're trying to bring that atmosphere into the facility as well. We don't have a CrossFit trainer to do specifically CrossFit, but we're able to do some of the stuff.
I wonder what is CrossFit?
CrossFit is a really extreme workout with a lot of heavy deadlifts, power cleans. It's kind of more of a body. It's a great workout because it's high intensity the whole time, and a lot of the workouts are short lived. They're basically 20-25 minutes. But
how
you're
many
doing
calories are average to be burned during that?
That's a good question. I have no idea.
I wonder what that is. We wouldn't.
I couldn't
survive one of those.
Oh, I could. No, if Zumba wears me out, there's no way I could do that. I do good to do the treadmill. I'll do a bicycle sometimes.
I have the Peloton. I love my Peloton.
Well, and I did it. So when I had my knee surgery, I had to go through a rehab deal, and they put me on an elliptical, and it really gave me a really good workout and everything. And I thought, well, I'm familiar with that now. So those are the things that I tend to focus on. There's some really cool equipment, in places, but I don't know what everything does.
Yeah, we have
personal trainer is a good idea.
Personal trainer. We have some Expo bikes that we just bought, and they have screens on them, and it basically takes you through different trails. You can pick like where you go. So
that would be cool.
It makes it like you're not working out, and you're just kind of going through different scenery and stuff. So it's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. Yeah, because sometimes riding bicycles in public is all the creatures that come out.
No way I could do that.
Yeah.
I think my husband took our twins a few weeks ago. Oh, it's probably been October, September, down the trails in Burleson,
behind Chisenhall, the
yes,
bike trails.
And they were gone like 30 minutes and came back, and one of my twins had a sliced chin. I was like, what did y'all do? Because he just went down that full.
Yeah, there's some pretty it's 9 miles worth of trail, and there's some pretty steep jumps and all kinds of stuff, and it's there's some pretty tight windows going through there, and it's
I think my husband went down too, because the boys were like didn't even they were laughing so hard and just kept going.
Well, what's the saying about you always remember how to ride a bike or whatever. Well, I tell you what, that's not exactly true. I mean, the basics, but we got bicycles, and actually getting out on the road on bicycle was not necessarily safe for an older person. So stationary bicycles are perfect for me.
Our bike trails, we went and rode through them the other day, a couple weeks ago, and some of those hills, I got off the bike and I walked down it and went back up. I was like,
so a really funny story. We this time last year we were packing for Maui, and I had read that a lot of people bicycle down the volcano, and I had been riding the Peloton for about 6 months. So, I thought I was ready. And my husband was like, Nikki, that thing is stationary. There's no way that you're going to be able to buy. And I was turning 40. So I thought, this is my moment. I'm going to show everyone that you can still live at 40. And we drove up that thing, and I was watching all those people coming down going, oh, I'm so glad I didn't waste the money on that trip, because you just go, there's like 20 deaths a year.
Oh my gosh.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So you might think you can remember how to ride a bicycle and be really brave because you're on your stationary bike, but it is
totally different. Totally different. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we invested in bicycles, and my husband laughed at me, and it's like, that's not.
How often do y'all use them since you invested in it?
I've used it twice.
I sold mine in the garage sale because I just never used it.
I know. I told him I said, I'll do a stationary bus. I can't do this.
And now we're
anymore.
moving to the country, and they're not. I mean, we've lived in the city, and Burleson does invest in their bike paths. All the roads have what is it called? Not a bike trail, but a bike path.
On some of the roads.
Yes.
That's just specifically for.
So I mean, for the 11 years that we've lived here, if we were going to be
it's
back,
great.
it would have already happened.
When you have kids, because I mean, I went everywhere on my bike when I was a kid.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I loved it. But yeah, now that I'm
But
older,
I see these families really doing their family bike rides, and the dads are just trying to pull the kids back into the safety of the. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I would have to have a bike with training wheels, or
My mom 2 years ago, literally, her birthday's Christmas Day,
Yeah.
so she kind of gets both her gifts. I mean, it stinks. No one
yes.
wants to be born on Christmas Day, but she asked for a tricycle. Like, there's an adult version of a tricycle. That thing, because we're moving out there, is covered in rust. And I was like, that was $1,000 mistake.
Oh man.
Oh, so y'all did get her one.
My dad got her a tricycle, and you should have seen. I think it was more for our enjoyment to see her going up and down the track. Sorry, Mom, if you're listening. There's a bicycle shop in Burleson in downtown. It's called Spokes, and it's amazing. And you can basically get any bike, and he knows about all the different kinds of bikes and what's best for what you're wanting to do. And he had tricycles, and she thought that would be easier for her working out.
If I was to do that would probably be what I'd go to. But yeah, I will do better to come to one of your gyms and work out that way. I tell you something funny. We actually went to a parade last night. It was one of these lit up, and
a parade.
It was one of the nighttime parades, and one of the floats, which I thought was really cool, was one of the gyms. They had all the exercise bicycles on the trailer, and all these people right there. They were doing, and I thought that is a really cool idea.
So speaking of parades, let's talk about the events that are coming up, because you said that there's some this weekend.
Yeah, so we have Santa's Breakfast. That starts at 7:00 at Russell Farms Art Center. We have different time slots you have to sign up for. 7:00 is the first one, 8:00, 9:00, 10:00 is the last one. We're doing only a certain amount of spots per time slot.
Okay.
We cook breakfast for the kids and the families, pancakes, sausage.
Really?
We'll have Santa out there. So if you want to tell Santa what you want for Christmas, you can do that. Pictures, campfires, all kinds of different activities and stuff.
Is it a matter of signing up, or is there a fee for this?
There is a fee. It's $5 for a kid, $7 for adult.
Oh, that's not bad. That's for the breakfast and
that includes all the activities and stuff like that.
And they just go on Facebook or online, the website?
burlesonrec.com. You just type in Santa's Breakfast. We just got a new software system that's super friendly for being able to sign up online compared to
the old one was horrible, just to pay your water bill.
Yeah, terrible. So you can go on there and you'll have to create an account if you don't already have an account, and then super easy.
So that's Saturday morning.
Saturday evening we have at the new plaza. We're doing the parade, the Christmas tree lighting, and the fireworks show.
Fireworks too.
So that's going to start at 6:00.
Okay. Remind us again where?
At the new plaza.
Basically downtown, right?
Okay.
Old Town.
Old Town, yeah.
Okay.
Burleson doesn't have a downtown. It's an old town.
It's Old Town. Okay. That's where Babes and all that is. It's in the
yeah. It's the new plaza that has the AstroTurf and where they do the Hot Sons of Summer concert.
Okay.
Did you come to Burleson, the Be Healthy Burleson?
Yes.
Okay.
So right in there.
Right there.
Okay. Gotcha. That'd be fun.
And anything else in December that you can think of?
As far as special events, I don't believe so.
Okay.
We have so many events. I'm trying to think of.
What comes next?
Yeah, I do know we have a winter fun camp for kids that are out of school for parents that still have to work.
And the Brick does have childcare too, if you're
for a membership.
Yep.
So we have a morning time slot from 9 to 1, and then an evening time slot that starts at 4:30 to.
What age groups do y'all take?
We take 6 months all the way up to about 9 or 10.
Oh, that's good.
And so you have a 2-hour max window. You can come drop off your kid, work out for 2 hours if you think that's
a good time to do that.
A long enough time to work out. We actually do have some people that are there for 2.5 hours.
Wow.
And,
that's a dedicated person.
Yeah. Some of it's socializing, talking, and all of that kind of
Hey,
stuff.
I mean,
but
whatever's
yeah,
going to
yeah,
help their
whatever.
mental health,
Yeah,
you know.
Hey,
yeah.
that's so important.
Yeah. So yeah, we have that option for stay-at-home moms or families in general that want to need childcare while they work
Are there
out.
any mommy and me classes?
So we do have some mommy and me tumbling classes. Miss Pam is our instructor for all of our.
She was my instructor
Yeah.
as a kid.
Yep, she's still
That's
there.
amazing.
And we just actually changed one of our fitness rooms upstairs into a dedicated gymnastics dance room.
Really?
So
that's
we're
cool.
excited about that. Kind of gives her own space to do. She was kind of bouncing around, especially
Mhm.
with COVID. We moved her down to the gymnasium.
And y'all
so,
have basketball courts too.
Yeah, we have 2 basketball
So
courts.
tell me the rules about that now. I was reading online or you know what? They were telling me at the ASD center that's the youth used to be able to go up there and just kind of socialize, play basketball, but there were fights taking
Yeah,
place.
so over the summer we had several issues with kids just playing around, fights, hanging out in the lobby, just doing a lot of stuff.
Kid stuff,
kid
yeah.
stuff. So we've changed it to where you have to be 16 to be in the gym without an adult.
Okay.
And then if you're with an adult, you can go in the gym.
So
and stuff.
if a mom is working out, does that count as being there? Or you have to be like with them on the court.
No, as long as you're there at the facility,
Okay.
It's fine. So, but yeah, you
Yeah,
just
well,
can't.
they
You
can
can't.
get you if your kid's active.
The issue.
Well,
yeah,
That
for
was-
sure. So
yes.
so that was our biggest issue is we had parents that would drop off their kids and they would be there all day, literally all day.
I mean, I
And
get
so-
it because some kids, it's good. They don't want to be in front of the video games or the TVs,
Right.
and and some kids can literally shoot a basketball all day.
All day. Yeah.
But I also get that you can't just hang out and get into trouble, in a
Absolutely.
community space where they're trying to keep it safe. And
Yeah, and I don't know if there's going to be discussions on that changing in some way of how we can maybe manage it a little bit better. It just
Yeah,
got
no.
a little out of hand to where we had to kind of make some strict guidelines for the meantime. It's not necessarily going to be that way forever. But,
well, and it has to be a safe place too,
right,
and that's
exactly.
hard. There's liabilities for burleson as well, and you've
Exactly.
got because I mean, just our office. Because I was wanting to get a basketball court at our office, and they were talking about the insurance policy. I mean, it's
All the
just
stuff
so
that's
much about.
involved. Well, you're talking about,
insurance.
it's not just kids that misbehave because after COVID, I think people forgot how to behave, and because I've heard some really tough stories and stuff like that. I've got one of my daughters; she's a flight attendant, and she says people have gone nuts on these
But they
planes.
just acting out.
Yeah, well, they had duct tape people to their seats and everything because they had gone absolutely nuts. And it's like,
What
oh
do
my
you do when
gosh.
you're in the air and someone loses it?
Well, I don't know if all flights have to have an air marshal. I don't know how all that works,
I bet they do.
but they usually, I mean, they've got things in place, and of course, the pilots have the alternative to stop someplace and actually put somebody off of a flight. So I don't know, but some of the things she told me, I mean, she's gotten smacked and stuff before, and it's like, are you
Oh my
serious?
gosh.
It's
Wow.
like,
That's,
it's crazy stuff.
is there pretty much good respect at the brick? Like, do y'all deal with any?
For the most
That's
part, I
good.
mean, I think anywhere, any business,
But I
you're
think
always
it's a
going to
pretty
have.
safe place
Yeah.
for families and kids. I mean,
for
it's
sure. And that was one
Yeah.
of our goals with the new changes as far as the age and stuff is to still have that safe place and that
That's
environment
good.
for families. Because a lot of our members are families. They have kids and stuff. And so some of the feedback that we were getting is that they weren't feeling that it was as safe as it used to be. So we
Had to
made a change.
reevaluate. Yeah. And it happens at
I
times.
wonder if there's a way that we could try to do some kind of event in the spring just to get people out and maybe reach help to just spark socialization again. And
I know we've talked about many things. That's one of the the COVID funding deal that came in. It was how to get people out into the community, and so we've been kind of brainstorming, trying to.
I
come
know
up
we're
with
helping
things.
with the event that they're having at the brick, but maybe I'll talk to Lisa. She's the owner of ASD and see because she's all about getting all the community involved on all of this. So
Right.
just to see what all they can do to
get
partner
things-
with the brick to see what maybe the brick can, build
build
some
yeah.
memberships and things from that too.
What was that game that the Kelly was telling us about, the
No.
Pickleball.
Pickleball.
Have you
Pickleball.
heard
Do y'all
of
do
Yes,
that?
so we do that, and
Really?
it's
I don't even-
growing. It's a mixture of
She
tennis
says it's
and
like
ping pong.
it's
Yeah.
crazy, and that
It
a
is
lot of
very-
people love it.
Yes, so we kind of vary depending on the season. There's a large pickleball group that actually plays at Southern Oaks
Okay.
during the
So
spring
they're
and
like
summer.
pickleball tournaments.
There's tournaments. A lot of the stuff that we do is just open play. They just play pickup games basically. But we have a large group at Southern Oaks. They come during the winter months and play 2 or 3 days a week.
Is it as much running it like tennis or racquetball, or is it?
It's a smaller court than tennis. It's
Okay.
the same design as a tennis courts, but it's smaller.
And you have a racket?
You have like they have wooden paddles, or they have like a foam plastic type paddle, and you play with a
Okay.
wiffle ball basically.
Okay.
Does it get real competitive?
Yes.
I can imagine.
Pickleball players are very opinionated.
They're intense.
And they're I'm trying to think of the best way to say
They're trash talkers.
They get very, very intense, and they really enjoy playing pickleball.
They really
for
enjoy
sure.
that.
Yeah.
Do y'all do cornholes or anything like that too?
No, we don't
Okay.
have we just put a cornhole board set out at, I'm trying to remember the park's name, that's right across from what restaurant is that? It's right off of 35. A new playground we just put out.
Playground. Okay.
We put some concrete cornhole board set out there.
That's cool, because I know there's a lot of families like to play cornhole too.
Yeah, cornhole's growing.
I'm trying to think where that new park is.
It's right by.
Is it by Heart 8?
No, it's on the other side of the highway.
Okay.
By the rim and all that. There's that park
yeah,
that's
back
right
there.
across
So there's
yeah.
a cornhole back
Mhm.
there.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't even
kinda
think
cool.
about that park. I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
we just
one.
recently renovated that.
Oh, really?
Several,
Okay.
A couple months ago.
What is the frisbee disc stuff? Do
Disc
y'all do
golf?
anything like that?
Yeah, so we have an 18-hole disc golf course at Bailey Lake.
Oh.
We
I need to go to Bailey Lake and take one of my dogs and take them walking.
See what's yes.
yeah.
Check it all
If you
out.
haven't seen the groundhogs at Bailey Lake, do you know we have groundhogs there?
No.
Oh, wow.
So if you go back to Tinker Trail, which kind of goes to the back part of the
There's
property,
groundhogs?
there's groundhogs back
Did
there.
y'all bring them in, or they just?
I don't know how they got there, to be honest, but there's a lot of them.
I wonder how that works with Groundhog Day. Like, is that a real thing?
Well, yeah. Well,
I'm sorry, not groundhogs, prairie dogs.
Okay.
Oh,
Sorry,
prairie dogs.
sorry,
Okay.
prairie dogs.
Well, they're still
well,
cute.
there's
There-
yeah.
There's tons of prairie dogs for sure. back
That's
there.
funny. Prairie dogs. That's kind of
I'm
cool.
gonna have to go walk.
Please,
I have a
please don't
friend.
feed them though.
Don't want to encourage
The neighborhood right there. They keep moving closer and closer to people's backyards because they're getting more.
How many
friend-
are there?
Oh, there's probably hundreds out there.
Oh
There's a
my
lot.
gosh.
There's a lot of them.
There's a
out
lot.
They're just reproducing.
Well, I guess as things develop, they have to go somewhere.
There. Yeah. So
Oh, that's true.
the more
Yeah.
they get
out
comfortable
of
around
there.
people, they get closer and
Yes,
closer.
They do.
Little
my gosh.
cuties. I'm gonna have to go see.
It's cool.
Yeah, they're
Well,
they're-
we're
it's a lot of
getting
fun.
we're getting into our last minute, and so I wanted to give you the opportunity to
Oh,
share telephone numbers.
volunteers,
Yeah,
if anybody-
volunteers.
Volunteers?
Yeah.
So we're always looking for volunteers. We have so many special events we always need help with.
Okay.
I know you mentioned Be Healthy earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Be Healthy, we needed 25, 30 volunteers, and we didn't even get close to
Next
that.
time we need to help. We can
Right.
help get that,
Yeah.
Daniel.
So,
Definitely,
so
Reach can
we'll
help.
be doing that in September.
Okay.
It used to be in April, but with things getting pushed back with
Yes.
COVID and stuff, we just did it in September this last year. So we're just going to keep
Okay.
it the same as
And
that.
if y'all ever need anything shared on our social media
Okay.
too, just email it to me, and
Okay.
we'll be glad to share it.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Oh, go ahead.
Carrie Montgomery is our volunteer coordinator.
Okay.
She's the one who coordinates all of that and sends out email
Awesome.
blasts. And
Okay.
stuff.
So let's give your website and your telephone number another time before we go. Go ahead.
So burlesonrec.com is our website. You can find all of our events, programs, membership prices. And our phone number is 817-426-9104.
All right. Awesome. Thank you so much, Daniel, for
Thank you,
coming in and
Daniel.
joining us. This was
No
very
problem.
interesting.
Yeah, thank
Bye,
you for having me.
everyone.
From Burleson to Venus and Grandview to Godley, this is the voice of Johnson County. Joco Community Radio.
News